Hello everyone, welcome back to the Jikook Diaries channel. Did Jungkook and Jimin's parents just drop the biggest Jikook bombshell yet? The internet is buzzing over rumors of their family reunion, and we have exclusive insight into what happened. You won't believe the revelations about their bond, and what's now being speculated about for their future interactions. Bold statements and curiosity. Forget everything you thought you knew about Jikook. The recent meeting between Jungkook and Jimin's families wasn't just a friendly get-together. It was a revelation. We reveal untold stories and groundbreaking details that will change the entire narrative. This news, which suddenly appeared on various social media platforms, has completely taken the Jikook fandom by storm. Jungkook's parents visit Jimin's family was like a small spark that instantly ignited the entire BTS fandom, especially those who have long followed the special relationship between Park Jimin and John Jungkook. It didn't take long for the word Jikook to become a trending topic on Twitter, TikTok, and Weverse. But what's really behind this news? Was Jungkook's parents' visit to Jimin's family just a casual meeting between the parents of BTS members who have known each other for a long time? Or is there something deeper going on that the public hasn't seen? Let's explore this slowly, thoroughly, and without bias, as usual in Jikook Diaries style. It all started with a post from a Busan resident who claimed to have seen two familiar figures at a small restaurant known for its home-cooked Korean cuisine. They were Jungkook's parents, and even more surprising, they were seen eating with Jimin's parents. The witness wrote in a local community, "I don't know if I should say this, but I think I saw Jimin and Jungkook's parents eating together here. They looked really close, like a big family who hadn't seen each other in a long time." The post was deleted a few hours later, but it had already spread widely on Korean forums like the Koo and Pan8. Some overseas fans even began translating the post into English, Japanese, and Spanish. Within hours, the rumor had snowballed. When the news broke, ARMY reactions were divided. Some thought it was just a casual meeting between parents who were probably already close because their children had been friends and working together for over a decade. However, for Jikook's supporters, this seemed like indirect confirmation that Jimin and Jungkook's relationship might be much closer than the public had previously acknowledged. Some fans wrote on X, Twitter, Jungkook's parents visiting Jimin's family? That's not a small thing. That's something families do when they're really close. Others added, if this is true, it means both families are comfortable with each other. That's not just friendship anymore. But of course, not all fans agree. Some also argue that this issue is exaggerated and only adds to unnecessary speculation. They assert that Jimin and Jungkook are like brothers, and their family relationship is probably just a form of support between proud parents for their children. But, as usual, Jikook is more than just a casual topic. Every interaction, no matter how small, always carries special meaning for those who have long watched their dynamics. Interestingly, this isn't the first time there has been news indicating closeness between Jimin and Jungkook's families. Several years ago, there was a story that Jungkook's mother sent food to Jimin's entire family when Jimin was sick in Busan. Jimin even stated in an old interview that Jungkook's family was very kind and caring. Likewise, in a rarely discussed radio show, Jungkook once said that Jimin's parents treated him like their own child. He chuckled at the time, saying, "Sometimes they get mad at me too if I don't eat properly." That simple statement now feels very different. If the two families are truly that close, it's not impossible that their meeting wasn't just a casual exchange. It's possible that their relationship is deeply rooted, not only between two idols, but also between two families who respect each other. When this rumor surfaced, fans immediately dug up various moments from Jungkook's past that now seem to take on new meaning. For example, during BTS's final concert before their hiatus, there was a moment where Jungkook was seen gazing at Jimin with an unexplainable expression, a mix of pride, affection, and serenity. At the time, many considered it was an expression of friendship. But now, after this rumor surfaced, some fans have begun to associate the look with something deeper. There's also an old clip from Run BTS, where Jimin gently fixes Jungkook's hair while saying, "Aish, you're always so messy." Jungkook just smiles and lets it go. At the time, the moment was simply considered humorous. Now, fans see it as a small example of emotional closeness that goes far beyond that of ordinary coworkers. Another speculation is that Jungkook's parents' visit to Jimin's family may have been a form of family blessing. Some fans believe that after years together, Jimin's relationship has reached a stage where both families have gotten to know and accept each other. Of course, there's no concrete evidence to support this theory. However, K-pop history shows that interactions between idol families are rare unless there's a very close relationship. One Korean forum user even wrote, "Idol's parents wouldn't bother visiting another idol's family unless there wasn't something more. This isn't common." Interestingly, HYBE has yet to issue an official comment on this news. Typically, if a rumor gets too wild and has the potential to generate excessive speculation, the agency will quickly issue a clarification. However, HYB's silence has only fueled the rumors. Some fans argue that the silence indicates that this is indeed not a public matter and is more of a private matter. Others believe the silence is a graceful way of not denying the truth. On the other hand, Korean media also appears cautious in reporting it. Only a few small entertainment outlets have mentioned the meeting, and all of them have used very neutral terms like, "probably a family dinner." Over the past year, Jimin and Jungkook's interactions in front of the camera have indeed become less intense. Since both have focused on their respective solo projects, Jungkook's interactions have become less frequent. However, behind the scenes, there have been many subtle hints that the two remain close. One example is when Jungkook spontaneously mentioned Jimin's name during his Weverse live broadcast, even without any context. "Ah, Jimin Hyung must be watching," he said with a smile. Fans quickly captured the moment and created a video clip that quickly went viral. On the other hand, Jimin also spoke about Jungkook in an interview with a Japanese magazine, calling him the one who always makes me smile even on the hardest days. Simple words, but they feel honest. Does Jungkook's parents' visit to Jimin's family really have such a profound meaning? Maybe, maybe not. But one thing is for sure, Jimin and Jungkook, along with their families, have shown the world just how deep a bond can be formed when two people share such an intense journey through life. Whether this is a sign of a more serious relationship or simply a sign of family closeness, Jikook's fans will always see it as something special, because beneath all the rumors, speculation, and theories, there's one thing that's undeniable. The warmth between them is real. And perhaps, as Jimin often says with a gentle smile, some things don't need to be explained. You just have to feel them. Whatever the truth behind this visit, one thing is for sure, Jikook's story isn't over. Their relationship, whether as friends, colleagues, or perhaps something more, continues to captivate the hearts of millions around the world. And who knows, this visit between the two families is just another chapter in a long story that has already begun years ago. Until then, fans can only wait with pounding hearts, full of hope, and a small smile that says, maybe love really does find its way.